talk about your dad instead.
By all means, let's do it.
Let's do
How
it.
he owes you $50?
Bro, I talked to him about that again, actually. He was like, I ain't paying that fool at all.
No, just let him know that I'm gonna keep reminding him. I don't even to this day. If he handed me the $50, I'd most likely hand it back to him. Be like, no, I want to hold this over your head. It's just fun at this point. That's my one memory with your dad. Is bucks. What I know, man, he ran away from me. I don't give a damn. He owes me $50.
He ran away from me, too.
That's
Get
a
it?
good.
Because he left us.
Yep.
No.
And we're gonna start with that. So I hope your dad is watching. Hello, John.
Hello, John. You owe me $50.
Bro, if he is, that's the first time I ever confronted him. And it was through our podcast on episode 2.
And he still owes me $50. Ain't that some shit? Ain't nothing changed.
All right. Well, welcome to episode 2 of the Geeked Out podcast. You already know what it is. In case you don't, you already know. It's myself, Jaden, and James, a.k.a. Donut Boy, a.k.a. Sucks at Super Smash Bros., a.k.a.
Oh, that's crazy.
Sucks at Multiverses, a.k.a.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah. We could run it afterward, too, if you really want to.
You don't want that.
But, alright, guys. How's everybody's day going?
Dylan went to the park.
I have a Mountain Dew.
Oh, so you're trying to lower your sperm cells, I see.
Yeah, I have too many.
I love Mountain Dew. It's so good.
We should get
Code Red
sponsored.
is fire.
We should not get sponsored by Mountain Dew.
We should. You know how much Mountain Dew we could get?
Bro,
You know how much sperm cells we can kill?
Major
That
melon.
one is disgusting.
It's the only one they
How
had.
do you consume that?
James,
The only one they have.
we're not going to get sponsored by Mountain Dew if James keeps saying that it's gross.
You shit
Yeah,
about
James,
water.
shut up.
How do you consume that? That is disgusting.
Like this.
That's gross.
What
And
a dick.
you don't throw up?
Yum.
That
In
tastes
fact,
like
yummy.
That tastes like bleach and laundry detergent mixed
Yum.
with some toilet water. That's
I
disgusting.
love it. Yummy.
You're-
Thank you, Mountain Dew.
you're not-
Thank you.
No.
Sponsor me.
So, guys, I just want to talk about, it is so great to be a Miami Heat fan. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry
This
about
guy-
any,
Even all
like,
Miami.
This
all
guy.
Miami, rep.
You gonna
Got
switch
the,
on your team like that,
hey,
Bro.
I mean,
See, I'm not the only bandwagon anymore.
right?
Go Jazz.
First it was you with the 49ers, now it's you with the Jazz. That's crazy.
Go
Yeah.
Jazz.
Yeah, I mean, the Jazz have been really good to an extent. And then they decided to blow it up. Trading Gobert to the Timberwolves out of all teams, and then
Timberwolves.
and then also trading Mitchell recently to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
The Cavs.
The Cavaliers, who have not been the same since LeBron has left, but maybe
I
times
mean,
are
they just
changing
talk
in the
about
land.
they wanna be the
This
same.
is for you. What'd you say?
They were pretty solid last year.
They were all right.
They were all right.
They're
Hey,
gonna
they
be better
did just as good as you guys.
I mean, we made the
they
playoffs.
didn't make the playoffs. We did.
Hey,
We just didn't go far.
They did it just as good as the Lakers.
they did. They did better. They at least got to play, and we didn't.
Yeah. So I guess that's just one of the topics I want to talk about. I just want to talk about the Mitchell trade since that was about a few days ago.
It was like 3 days ago, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it was terrible.
I
You
mean,
guys got nobody.
we still have Conley and Bogdanovich and Clarkson, but we're gonna probably trade all of them away.
You didn't get nobody, is what I'm saying. Like,
I
you
mean,
guys had
Sexton.
so
Sexton's
many
all
other
right.
offers y'all could have went with, and y'all chose the one that had the least amount of play.
I mean, the only one that was known for like who we would have gotten was the Knicks.
Yeah, and that one
Nobody there were a lot of other offers, but we never got to see what the other offers were.
Yeah, but I mean, just that one, the Knicks would have been a way better deal. Because as I said,
Are you
RJ
saying?
Barrett, I feel like RJ Barrett will have a better career than
Well,
anybody that y'all got in that trade.
so not gonna. Well, the problem is that the Jazz like to get people and then release them. We will get all these different players and then just release them. Like I'm glad that we kept Sexton. Like there was a Bleacher Report saying, "Oh yeah, the Jazz will not release this one." Like that's how like constant that like we just will pick up people and then we'll release them.
That's why I don't want because I keep seeing oh, Westbrook might go to the Jazz. I don't want to trade for Westbrook because yeah, we're just gonna waive him
Right.
or buy him out and then I don't know, not really do
There's
anything.
just not a reason to.
Well, especially with Westbrook because I think the Jazz just want
He
to
won't.
go
He won't
young
play. He won't play
and
for the Jazz either.
yeah,
With the way
I
your
think
guys'
West.
fans are treating him, there's no way he would ever put on a Jazz jersey. He'll retire. You guys have the worst fan base in the NBA.
I wouldn't say we have the worst
Yeah, I
fan
wouldn't say the
base,
worst.
but we do
I'd
have
say
one of the
You're
worst.
you're you're saying that Boston isn't worse than the Jazz?
Boston
Boston.
is pretty fucking terrible.
Boston's
Boston.
bad, but at the same time, like they're respectful in a way. You never
No, they're
really hear.
not. They're
No, they're not.
They,
racist.
they,
They're
yeah,
all
you don't
racist.
hear. You don't hear about people getting banned from Boston games the way they get banned from Jazz games. Like the shit y'all say, y'all dig deep. Y'all go crazy.
I
Indiana
don't know.
fans were pretty terrible last year to LeBron.
They were.
They were saying, "Oh, I hope Bronny dies in a car crash."
Yeah, that's messed up.
That's fucking terrible.
Bronny, if you're seeing this, we don't want you to die in a car crash.
We don't.
No,
Price will be better though.
Sponsor us.
no, no. So I was telling Jaden, I was like, well, maybe it's a good thing that the Jazz are blowing it up and tanking, because then we can be in the running for Bronny.
Right.
You never know.
LeBron,
Maybe that's what you guys want.
this is for you.
No, it's
Well,
interesting
for
because I
Gio,
saw.
the report just came out the other day that he already said he's like I'm already sitting back and eyeing the teams in 2024 and 2025 that have those kind of picks. He
Right.
goes, I'm already eyeing that because he goes, those are my potential. He goes, anyone who has a first round pick in those years, I'm looking at a landing spot for me. He goes, because that's, so you can already tell that's where he's wanting to go. Who will pick him up though? Because I've heard a lot of people say that he might not even be a top 2 rounder. Like he might fall to the 3rd round.
No.
So I mean, that's what's being said.
Probably. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, you do never know.
Not
I
third.
mean, I
Not
don't
third
watch him.
round.
I'll watch him more when he gets into college. I don't
Yeah,
like watching.
Right.
I feel like high school basketball isn't real basketball half the time. Because you look at Zion, I get Zion's good, but his highlight tape in high school was trash because he dunking on a bunch of 5'5" white boys. Like,
You're not wrong.
he's dunking on little kids that are like my nephew size. So
has has Bronny said where he's going to college?
he hasn't. But I heard Oregon's #1 right now, or they're in the running or something. That's what I heard.
Hmm.
Which makes sense because of their jerseys. I feel like he's just gonna go somewhere that has crazy jerseys because he's that kind of kid. He don't
Probably.
care.
No.
Yeah.
He
No.
don't care.
He's
But
got
I
yeah.
don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. Like I feel like he's gonna go to college because I feel like his dad's gonna force him to. But I wouldn't be surprised if he even went to the Ignite team
Hmm.
and went to
I wouldn't
the
be.
G League. Right?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean,
Could
crap, I
you
forgot what I was
could
gonna
you
say.
imagine Bronny goes to college, but he goes to all 4 years?
That'd be nuts.
You know how pissed. You know how
I'm.
pissed Braun would be.
He'd be hella
Go to
pissed.
the league.
Well, because
I'm
I know.
tired.
He's gonna go
Well,
to the
Bron was
same time
already
that
saying.
Bryce goes.
Right.
Yeah, he was already saying that he wants. He's
No, I
actually
know.
gonna
Yeah,
try
yeah.
and fight to stay to play with Bryce too. I
Right.
think that would be dope.
That'd
I
be
want to
crazy.
see that.
But,
I
yeah,
know.
that'd be
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I think that'd be hella cool.
Could you imagine if Braun won a championship with Bronny and then won a championship with Bryce?
Could you
That'd be
imagine if Bryce
insane.
got drafted to the
Nah,
same
he,
team and they all won a championship together?
bro.
Boy,
If
stop
if
playing,
that happened, he might be the goat.
right? I mean, he
Jordan's never
already is.
won with his kids.
Jordan's kids didn't even make it to the
Yeah,
league
they
because they
don't want
didn't.
to
Exactly.
play.
They hate the sport because of it.
Ugh. No, yeah. We'll
How are
see.
you
Yeah.
grading for your kid hates the
We'll see
sport?
what the Jazz. We'll see what the Jazz do, because I saw a report that it was like the Jazz and the Thunder have fucking seven first
17.
rounders, and then yeah,
Altogether,
oh,
there's like 17 picks.
oh my god, it's so gross. We'll see, because me personally, I've never been a fan of like, for
Tanking.
one, tanking, and then also like getting draft picks in the NBA because like you can only put 15 players basically on a team. So then you get like 17 fucking first round picks, then like you're gonna have to cut some of them.
Or
So
trade.
you're just or trade, yeah. So you're just wasting some picks.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah,
see what
but then you also have those picks to, as I said, like you guys can go out there and maybe get a start. You look at how many draft picks they didn't want players for Kevin Durant. They just wanted like 6 first-round draft picks.
We could
You know,
even
yeah.
like if
because
you guys were to
depending.
turn, yeah, like if you guys were to turn and say like, oh, here's 6 round or 6 first-round draft picks and like Derek Favors, you'd be like, okay, cool, boom, we'll take it. Like that's what the Nets wanted. They wanted first-round picks. So you look at the amount that you guys have now. Maybe that's what you guys are eyeing is maybe trying to get a see how the market explodes next year. Because who would have known that KD and everyone was going to want a trade this year? Like
I mean, we could
you
even
know
trade up further in the draft.
exactly,
That
and you
is
don't know
true.
what kind of players are going to come out next year. You never know. Like I'm not saying you will, but Giannis might come out next year and be like, no, I'm not happy in Milwaukee. I want out, and now you guys have the draft picks to maybe go get Giannis type thing. So
That'd be insane. Giannis to the
and then
Jazz.
maybe that's what so maybe that's what you
We'll
guys are eyeing.
see. I don't with Danny Ainge though. I feel like he's not that type of guy. Like he is the type of guy that wants to like build and
Right.
Yeah,
fucking
he's
like.
a he likes to get to the playoffs. He don't like finals. That's how it looks
But
because he's
that's what
not.
I'm
He
excited for because
doesn't
he
go.
did build that team in Boston before he eventually left. Like the year he left, they went to the finals. But I mean, he did draft Tatum. He drafted Brown. He kept Marcus Smart around. He kept that pretty much that core together, and they made it to the
Then he
finals.
traded your whole core away.
Right.
He did trade, but he's building a new one, and we'll see what happens with that.
I just hope
That's
we
what
keep
you think.
Clarkson. I at least want Clarkson. I literally had 3 Jazz jerseys, and it was Rudy, Mitchell, and Clarkson. So if all 3
Right?
get traded this
I want
year,
to
I'm
let
gonna be
you know.
pissed.
I'm sorry to
I
tell you,
got
but
I got a Des Bryant jersey. He got released that next year. I got a Cole Beasley jersey. He got released the next year. That's why I tell Ty like I want the Trayvon. That's the one I want him to get me. But I'm scared that right when he gets me Trayvon, he's gonna get
Next year,
booted
they're
off.
gone. Yep.
He's gone. He's gone to Buffalo because he wants to play with his brother.
no, but it's crazy. So like, how do we think the Cavs are gonna do now? How are they gonna thrive?
I think this next year they'll definitely make playoffs. I think they have the potential now. Um, they're not gonna make it far this next year. They'll
You're
lose in the
crazy.
first round.
Nah, you're dumb as hell.
De-
They're gonna be top
Depending on
two.
who they play, I can see them leaving first round again.
Nah, they're gonna be top two.
Top
Guaranteed.
two in the
Top 2?
East?
You're
In the
wild.
East.
No,
How am
you're
I wild?
insane.
Mm,
How am I wild? Boston won't be up there because
Yes, they
Boston's
will.
never up. No, they're not. They're always third or fourth because they never know how to do
They were
shit at
second
the
last
beginning of
year.
the year. Exactly, but that's
They
because the
didn't
East
do.
is
They didn't do
shitty,
anything. They didn't do
and
anything
that's
last
because the
year,
East
and
is
then they
shitty.
got a
Everybody's
spurt,
better.
and then got second. What? Okay,
So
so then
Milwaukee,
what about the
the Heat
East?
will take the Heat will take first. Cavs will take second, and
You're
then
not gonna put the
Boston,
Bucks.
Milwaukee will go
what
third or
about
fourth.
yeah? What about Milwaukee?
Milwaukee
You
will go
don't.
third or fourth,
You're wild.
with
No,
depending on how Boston goes.
no,
What about Philadelphia?
you're wild.
Philadelphia,
With
they'll
your
be
bounce
about
back
five,
Harden.
six. They'll be about 5, 6 because it's going to take a while for them to get into it.
Wild.
I mean, you're sleeping on them because here's
No,
the
I'm not.
thing: without Donovan
I
Mitchell,
like
they were
them.
bright as shit, and you don't understand how good they did at the end of last season, and they had injuries at the end of last season.
I
They
don't know
weren't
how
healthy
good
at the
they
end of
were.
last season.
No, I was rooting for the Cavs. I like their
Yeah, so
young core, but
just watch.
I don't think they're gonna go number 2 just because of this trade. They won't
Yeah,
go number
you
2.
got to
No.
think Donovan Mitchell was able to take you guys to number one. And you got to think about it.
He
Donovan
wasn't
Mitchell
just
was
Mitchell though.
Yeah,
he
right.
was the guy, and yeah, he has some backup pieces, and that's exactly what he's gonna have here. And in my opinion, he has some better backup pieces. Granted, yeah, Jared Allen's not a Rudy Gobert, but you can't tell me Garland's not
Oh,
better
he's
than
solid.
Mike Conley right now. Mike Conley's a little older. As I've always said, Mike Conley was solid in his younger age. He's just up there in age.
They won't go number 2. I could see them top 5.
But to have a first round exit, that's crazy.
It depends on who they
It
play.
depends on matchups.
Right, that's all I'm saying.
They could take out most teams in the East, I think.
I don't think so.
Outside of Boston and really the Heat,
I think they could take Boston, to be honest.
I don't think they could take Boston. I'm
I
gonna
think
be
that's a
honest.
tough matchup. I think
think
that's a fun game.
I think Boston is going all the way this year. Again, I think Boston's coming back with anger. So
I
that's me
hope so.
personally. I think Jason Tatum's gonna pop off this year. But there was a lot of slander on Jason Tatum. But then I also think Jaylen Brown's gonna come out and prove that he's better than Jason Tatum because I've been saying that for years. So
I don't know about. Yeah, we'll see. Because
he's better. He's better. He's better. He's a better defensive player, and he can play just as good as offense if they just don't run the offense through him. But the games they do, he drops 40 points.
I mean, even the games that they don't do that, he drops 30.
He drops 30. Exactly. That's the scary part. They don't run it through him, and he still drops 30. When they run it through him, he drops 40.
We'll see.
But they never run it through him, and his defense is better.
I'm just saying we'll see what happens this year. I don't care, but
yeah,
if they win a chip, they win a chip. I don't care.
I don't think they're going to win a chip. I don't think they'll win a chip till next year. I think they'll go back 3 years in a row, and I think they'll
3 in a row.
Yeah, I've said they have the brightest future in the East. They have what the Warriors had, where they could go back to back to back to back because they have a young core that all know how to play together and have that heart. And I don't think there's another team in the East that has that heart.
One of the biggest pieces they need though is Robert Williams to stay healthy.
Yeah, definitely, and Jason Tatum.
Well, yeah, but I really think that
a minor injury at least every 10, 15 games.
It really doesn't help when somebody like Robert Williams, when he's healthy, he produces a lot. And like Draymond Green was talking about him and his production on the court. He's like, I promise, like he's not gonna get one on my head, and then he's just slamming it on everybody's head. But the moment he got hurt, he didn't even play to his full. I mean, that's almost anyone. But I think if he was healthy, I think the finals would have been a little bit closer.
It would have been closer, but the Warriors walking away with it no matter what.
You know what's crazy? It's crazy because we always talk about how the West is like all stacked up. The East is fucking stacked now.
Is it?
Yeah, now they're just now starting to get stacked.
So because obviously 8 teams make the playoffs. So tell me, out of these teams, who's missing the playoffs? You got Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
You got Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Nets.
Mm-hmm.
You got Boston.
Mm-hmm.
You got Miami. You got Cleveland. You got the Bulls. You got the Hawks, and you have Toronto.
Toronto's missing it.
You think Toronto's missing it?
Yeah.
Toronto's
missing it.
Well, how come?
Because who do they have?
Scotty Barnes.
They have Scotty Barnes, Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam.
That's not what other teams have. They have a.
They made it last year.
Hey, I mean,
they might have gotten swept, but they made it.
They did as much as the Nets did.
Yeah, but you got to also think the Nets are coming back with a whole different type of thing.
Not.
Like, Kyrie can play 82 games this year. What do you mean? How is that not different?
The Nets are whatever to me. I don't find them scary.
You can't say that Nets are whatever when they have KD and Kyrie.
I can't say that. How long have they been together?
Okay, but you got to think of the COVID pandemic that went on and all the shit that made Kyrie not be able to play. You can't say that Kyrie's not one of the best point guard when he's on the court. He's a top 5 point guard.
Not to mention with KD coming back from his injury.
Exactly, and KD when he's on the court is a top 3 player in the entire league, if not the best player in the league at times. You can't tell me that team is whatever. Putting a top 5 point guard with one of the best players, like, you're crazy. You're nuts.
Yeah. See, I don't have the Nets winning it, but you can't say that they're whatever.
Whatever. No, that's crazy. And saying something like, Toronto has Scotty Barnes, and then saying the Nets or whatever.
You just said who do the Raptors have? I was just naming players. I didn't say they.
can't say Scotty Barnes is someone on the Raptors and then say that this team is whatever. Because if I'm saying they're not making the playoffs, because who do they have? You're saying that name like he's relevant, but then you're saying that these two aren't relevant. That's crazy
That's
to me.
not what I'm saying. Now you're just twisting my words because all you said name people on the Raptors. So I did. What did Ty do? He also named the same other two players that I said.
But he also didn't turn and say that the Nets are whatever.
I'm not disregarding KD and Kyrie's talent whatsoever.
Mhm.
There, I agree with both y'all. Kyrie's one of the top point guards in the league,
So if
easily.
you're saying that team can't make the top
Why do
three,
you think they're whatever then? I'm
What
curious.
have they done?
but you got to see what they've been through.
What have they
What?
done though?
They haven't
All
done
other
nothing because they haven't been on the
stars go through adversity no matter what it is, and a lot others
But real
perform.
quick, when
Real
Curry
quick,
missed,
what has KD done?
Curry
What
missed
has
2
KD
years in
done
the
outside of Golden State? What has KD done?
he won an
Because
MVP.
this is a big debate that I've been seeing.
He did
He won
not.
an MVP.
He
He
did
won an
not.
MVP.
Oh, he
KD.
means like after Golden State,
So he said,
After
"I'm gonna
Golden
leave
State,
Golden
not
State.
including
I'm
his
gonna."
not
He
including
outside of
OKC
Golden State.
days.
he
So
said,
now,
"I'm gonna go join the Brooklyn Nets because I trust this process. I believe in my guys. I like what's going on over here. Let me go over here."
and so you're saying two
Then he
seasons
goes.
ago
Hold
he
on. Then
wasn't
he
the best
goes
player in the
through.
league.
Then he goes through adversity, and he requests a trade.
I wouldn't say that because he went the first year with adversity, and he was the best player in the league, and his foot was on the line, right? That
So he
whole thing.
lost.
And so then he came back and played again. But when you come back and you're, hey, this is going to be different, and it's the same bullshit, there comes a time. KD's not young, bro. He wants to still play. He wants to win a ring. So he's like, I want out of here if this isn't going to get cleared up. If
He
Kyrie's
has a
not going to
ring,
be on the court,
but here's the
what
thing:
does
he
that
has a
mean?
ring. So why is he running?
Because he
Why
wants to
doesn't he
live.
trust the process?
There is no process at this
He's
point.
one of the
That's that
guys
was his
that
thought
got who
process.
he wanted.
Exactly, but they're
He was
not
like
playing,
LeBron in the GM's ear. He was like, "Hey, let's get this, let's get this, let's get this, let's get this,"
and they
and then he
weren't
runs.
playing. They weren't playing.
I'm just saying,
Kyrie and him have played
that's
less than
cool.
30 games together, bro.
That's cool.
So
I
watch
don't care.
now. Everything was
They're
cleared up.
both.
He's
All I'm
staying, so
saying,
you can't say that they're going to be whatever, though.
I
That's my
can
point.
because I haven't seen anything from them. So until they prove, it's like James Harden going to Philly. The Sixers are whatever to me too. I am
But
not worried about
how
that
is he
Oh
team.
not?
my
I
god.
want to because I
They took
haven't
the
seen anything
championship-winning Bucks to 7.
and lost. It doesn't matter.
That
They
doesn't
lost.
matter.
They
How is
lost.
They
that not
lost by
Where was
two
James Harden?
inches.
bro?
2 inches.
What was James Harden doing?
No, I'm talking about the
Nothing.
fucking Nets.
Oh, I thought you were saying the Sixers.
No, I'm talking about the
That's
Nets. They took
cool.
No.
the
That's cool
Bucks
too.
winning Bucks to 7, bro.
That's fantastic. He
How are you
lost.
saying that they didn't prove nothing? They've showed that they are capable. Now
Okay, so
let me
how do
read
you?
that.
So real quick,
That
how
was
do you go to
without
the Bucks
Kyrie.
and put them to 7 and then lose
That was
right
without
away?
Kyrie.
So then,
That's all I'm saying.
so then
And even
Kyrie
even
plays
this
and then they lose to the
That
Boston
was
to the
without
Celtics.
Kyrie and an injured James
and
Harden
then
too.
exactly, and then you got to see this year. It was an injured KD still. He was coming back from an injury, plus a bunch of other injured players. Ben Simmons didn't play. They lost all their pieces mid-season. They were still trying to get things together, and they lost to the team that went to the finals.
Okay, so there's my point. There's so much going on
And
in the
I
Nets.
never
They're
and I
whatever
didn't
to me.
say they could win the championship, but they're not whatever. They're a top
Right
6
now,
team
yes,
in the East.
but I don't care.
That's
They're
crazy.
just they're whatever. The Brooklyn Nets are whatever to me. I'm not saying KD is not a good player and he's irrelevant, and I'm not saying Kyrie is a whatever player and he's irrelevant. I'm saying the team is whatever because they have not shown me anything. With them being there, they haven't shown anything, and
But
that's the
real
bottom
quick,
line.
they've done just as much as the Jazz have low key because they've gotten to the playoffs every single season. They've been there.
Cool. The Jazz are a
So
whatever team. I'm saying that right now too. They got rid of my favorite two players. They're a whatever team.
that's nuts. I don't know. You can't just call them like they've done.
I can
They
because they haven't shown
they
anything.
they have. You
No,
maybe haven't seen anything, but you obviously haven't watched them enough because they have shown that they're good. KD has shown he can lead that team. Kyrie has shown when he's
it's
on the
not.
court.
It's not at an individual level anymore. It's not.
And they've shown they can do it as a team. But when you're scattered everywhere at the end of the season, plus you have this pandemic.
Then that's a problem. As a team, that is a problem.
But it wasn't a problem when everything was going on in Golden State and Curry had those 2 years, right? But nobody wanted to say nothing. Granted, he didn't request a trade, but he had 2 down years and then he came back. That's all I'm saying. And KD is can like they've shown they can do it. You're just hating on them right now. That's all that is.
They haven't shown anything. What have they done?
They
made the playoffs. They made the playoffs. That's it. How are you gonna have? You have one of the best. When they got Harden, they saw Harden as still one of the best offensive players in our game, right? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie came, one of the best top point guards to play, and then you have KD. So when you get 3 superstars like that off bat, you're not gonna do anything. Same with the Lakers.
Okay,
so they're a whatever team too because
the Lakers won a championship
with the three. I'm saying what they did with AD, Braun, and Westbrook. That's what I'm saying.
We've only had 1 year, so you can't even bring that up. We had 1 year.
And how did that go? It didn't go well. Hey, that's all I'm saying. What did the Nets go? What did the Nets do?
I want you to know that Miami first year, their big 3, they lost. Granted, it was in the finals, but they lost. So you can't really say after our first year we're complete trash. That's all I'm gonna say.
I didn't say, bro. You're taking my words in a different way. I'm not saying y'all are trash. I'm saying you're a whatever team. Right now, y'all are not scary. Are y'all scary? No, y'all aren't scary. Are the Nets? No, because guess what? Ben Simmons hasn't been playing. KD is wanting a trade, and so is Kyrie. Nobody wants to be there.
Okay, but
they finally just got to a point. Right, they just got to a point now. To where they're okay
and
with
that's all you need. Because
cool.
Guess what?
Bro, prove something. Just prove something to me. That's all I'm saying. I don't care. No, they haven't. They've shown nothing to me.
You keep bringing up these big 3, right? But these big 3 haven't even played 20 games together because you had COVID. How do you figure out when COVID's going on? And they literally tell your players you can't play unless you get vaccinated. Like the state of New York was not the Nets organization was not letting him play.
You do as much as you can. So you do as much as you can to play.
And he did. And he came back once he could, and they did solid. That's what I'm saying. When they played together, they played good. And you're saying they didn't prove anything. They proved that they can play amazing together. We just have to see them play a lot together, and they have to get the opportunity to play a lot.
So let's full circle this real quick. So Ty said, 9 teams altogether for the East. I'm not saying they're out. I'm not saying that at all. But I see teams that are going to beat the Nets.
So you're saying the Raptors will make it above the Nets?
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
Those were the 9 teams you said.
No. I know. I know. That's why we're bringing this full circle. This is why we're bringing it full circle. Because it should have even gotten to all of that. Because I was just naming random players. I was just saying the team the Brooklyn Nets as a team are whatever to me. I'm not saying anything bad about KD or Kyrie because I love them. I love both of those players. But the team in general is whatever to me, and that is the final line. That is it. Now, to Ty, answer your question, I could see low-key the Bulls not making it too. Low-key. Because, see, that's a crazy take because I like the Bulls a lot. Ty, you know this. The moment DeMar went there, I become like a side cheerleader for the Bulls. I love them. But I could see them not making it too. Here we go again.
No, I just have. How are the Bulls not going to make it?
No, I just said I can see them not making it. I think I'm just saying the East is stacked, like Ty is saying. That's just one of the teams that I could see.
The 9 teams, because I don't know if you noticed, but I know one team that he didn't name that I think is going to make the playoffs.
Who?
Because he didn't say the Charlotte Hornets.
They're not making the playoffs.
They're not making it. No, sorry.
No.
They have literally done nothing this offseason.
No, they haven't done anything. Except get somebody in jail.
I think LaMelo's going to take them to the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. And so I noticed you didn't say the Hornets, so I just want
Well, so if you want to add the Hornets as a 10th team. then
Yeah,
I
if the
will say
Hornets
they're
make it,
out.
then who's not making it?
Yeah,
I
Because
feel,
you're gonna say Toronto, and then who else wouldn't
yeah,
make it?
yeah.
mm,
Because
I,
now two players have to.
I'd say the
Or,
Hawks.
sorry, players.
I could see the
The
Hawks
Hawks.
not making it.
Okay, that's
I
fair.
can see the Hawks not making it.
That's fair. Because I would
Only 'cause
also
I don't.
say the Hawks not making it
I,
Yeah, because
out of the
you
eight.
know
I
what? Yep.
think they have a nice young core. I don't feel like they have the same thing that I feel
Mm.
like the Hornets have had for a while a problem with, but I feel like they got better with it now. They don't have a good big man. I don't think Clint Capella is really amazing. Granted, he boosts them up a lot more when he's in the game, but they just need a way better big man, and I feel like they could be good.
See, so I almost agreed with you guys, and I almost switched from Bulls to Hawks. Because so right now I still see like it could either be the Bulls or the Raptors. I still could see but I don't know because I like Capella on the Hawks. I like how um Trey plays with him.
I
I
think the
think
only
he's
thing
good.
that they have going for them is they got Murray in the
That's another
offseason.
thing. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do like top five, but I see them making it. The reason one of the reasons why I don't 100% know about the Bulls is one, Lonzo isn't he's not coming for the beginning of the season. He's out at the beginning of the season, and I don't know for how long. That's a Lonzo's a big key of that team now.
Yeah, but you got to think it's the beginning of the season. It don't matter what you
Right.
do. The Celtics proved it. It matters what you do at the end of the season, not the
Right.
beginning. You know, so
Right.
they're going to be solid with him coming back. They still got
I
my
hope so.
man
I love the
Oladipo.
Bulls.
You know, they got Alex Caruso. He's hard. They got DeMar DeRozan. They got Zach LaVine. They got
No, yeah, I love the
Eric
Bulls.
Jones Jr.
Go
They got
Bulls.
players. They got the players to keep them afloat, and so like they have it to where they could be at a 500 point when Lonzo comes back. If they like, and if at their worst is a 500 record when Lonzo comes back.
Yeah, no, I hope the Bulls do good. I don't know about the Hawks, but
Yeah, I could
my
see.
two
I
are
think a lot of people are sleeping on the Hornets, and I feel like a lot of people are thinking that because they didn't
respectfully
do a
too.
lot in
Well,
the off season. But I don't know. They're
the
solid.
most they did is have a player go to jail.
Mhm. Two players, I think.
I don't know.
I think there's a
I,
second player that went as well. I'm not
I
gonna
don't know.
lie.
I just don't see. I don't see Lamelo as that guy
I don't even see
I
most of
don't
the
yet.
know
players.
how.
I don't see
Yet.
most of their players like that.
Bro, come on now. They have the greatest Jazz to play ever in Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
No, but they have some pieces. I mean, Terry Rozier is nice coming off the bench. He for
He's
some
played all
reason
right.
he
Yeah.
exploded when LaMelo got
Hmm.
there. Like he actually turned into a good player. It was weird.
Because he
Um,
didn't want to get kicked out.
I guess he's a
Yep.
solid. He's the most overpaid backup point guard, but hey, he's solid.
I don't know. As of right now, the Hornets. I agree with Ty. Yeah.
I don't think they're amazing, but I could see them squeezing in there. I could see them doing what Atlanta did 2 years ago, making a miracle run. Like they have that kind of team where they could,
Not this year.
you know, yeah. I'm not saying they're amazing, but they could surprise some people and do a little miracle run. Maybe go past the first round, go into the second round or something. I'm not saying they're going to be scary, but I definitely could see them squeezing in there, pushing out a team like the Hawks. I think they
Well,
could go toe to toe with the Hawks.
y'all know
I think the Hawks
Korkmaz.
could be really overrated this year.
Y'all know Korkmaz from the Sixers.
Hmm.
No,
He just got attacked at the EuroLeague.
what
He
is
got a
that?
tech.
Attacked.
Oh, attacked.
Yeah.
Why did
76
he get attacked?
76ers guard Turkish national was allegedly attacked by Georgian players after ejection. Team threatens to leave the tourney. It was pretty funny.
Oh my goodness.
It was nice.
Uh, well, I mean, so yeah, the East is looking strong as ever. The West is also looking strong as ever.
I'm liking the league.
I'm like, yeah, the league's looking pretty
It's,
fun, looking
they're,
It's looking
competitive, minus my
balanced.
they're
Jazz.
going they're going
But
away, they're going away from the super teams. They're going to like the big twos now or the
yeah.
big threes. They're going away from like the
Well, not even
building.
that. I feel like a lot of the teams just have a well, with the exception of a couple teams, they have like that one like star, and then like a couple like just like
Yeah, I mean, I
above
feel like
average
there's
players,
like
and then a bunch of role players.
There's like
Okay.
2 or 3 teams in both conferences that are like you can tell they're going to be terrible. It's because they're just in the rebuild. You know, you have the Jazz, Kings, the
I actually think the Kings will do pretty well. I don't think they'll be in the play-in like type thing. They're not gonna tank, but they're gonna.
they don't ever try to tank. It just happens.
That is fair. That is fair. But they have. I mean, they got De'Aaron Fox. They got Sabonis.
They've had
Uh,
it. That's the thing. They've
not
had
Sabonis.
Yeah,
they
I
didn't
think
have
Sabonis is going to be a.
they had
I think
solid young
Sabonis will be a big part.
pieces, and they don't know how to do nothing with it. They
No, the
hired
King.
Luke Walton after what he did with the Lakers.
That
Like
is
you know,
true.
like
The
they just
Kings are a bad franchise that don't
they,
know what to do. They traded away a prime Boogie Cousins.
they're the Jets.
They traded away Tyrese Halliburton
Mm-hmm.
when he was looking like a young star in this league.
Young star. They're the Jets.
Um, but yeah, but we'll see what the Kings do. But you know who we should also keep tabs on in California is the Lakers, because last year they didn't make the playoffs, and
But
with all these expectations, you have LeBron, AD, you have Westbrook,
but guess what? They got their savior.
but they got Patrick Beverly now, James.
I'm
They
hyped.
got Patrick Beverly from the Jazz in exchange for Taylor Horton Tucker
THT.
and Stanley
Thank God.
Johnson.
Took him away.
So you got rid of trash ass Horton Tucker, and then a
And
player
you
that
gave
you
him to
never
us.
play, and then and so now you get basically Rudy
Defensive stud.
Gobert if he was fucking 5'9".
Yeah, defensive
So
stud.
so
And
does
talk
does
smart.
Patrick Beverly put the Lakers into championship contending?
No.
I honestly think it's just healthiness. I think that's what puts us in the championship because I feel like the team we had last year was a championship team, but I feel like it's just healthiness. I mean, AD was always out, LeBron was always out. Like it was just.
I mean, Westbrook could have done more.
I
Could have
mean,
made
Westbrook
more.
led the team. It was second in
Westbrook
points, was
got
first
hoed
in
by
assists,
Frank
in
Vogel.
blocks. Like he was
No, I'm
leading.
just saying,
He
like,
got held back by the coach. Don't blame this on Westbrook. Westbrook was
some of
the
it's on
most
Westbrook.
consistent Laker last season, even
I
Like,
think the
more
I'm
than.
Lakers will
taking,
do a lot.
I'm
I think the
taking
Lakers will do a
Carmelo.
lot better
I think
this year.
I
They're
Yeah,
think
under new coaching that everybody,
no, I do too.
all the players seem to like.
I feel like as
Um,
long as we let Westbrook play Westbrook, run the ball through Westbrook, we are an amazing team.
I think
LeBron, we need
Carmelo.
to take.
By
Carmelo
the
was
way, no,
cool.
I think he was y'all's most consistent player
He
last year.
wasn't.
I think it was.
Statistically, Westbrook was.
Really?
Westbrook led in every
mhm.
single category except points. He was second in points, but he was first in assists, first in rebounds, first in blocks. Like Westbrook was that guy last season. He was doing stuff. He was just getting a lot of hate, but it's also because the fourth quarter when it was prime crunch time where we needed Westbrook, 50% of the time he would be in the game, and 50% of the time he wouldn't be in the game. So why would you?
I mean, I just hope y'all do better. I really do.
Yeah, I think if we can stay healthy with the
I
coaching,
don't
we
fuck
let
the
Westbrook.
Lakers.
My opinion on this.
If the Jazz suffer, the Lakers must sucker.
I just want to see
Hey,
more competitiveness.
I had to suffer for many years. The last couple
And
of
the
years,
Jazz
it showed
haven't.
me.
Yeah, we literally don't have a
Hey,
chip.
you guys were making the playoffs while I was watching my team go 15 and 50 something, bro.
No. In all seriousness, I mean, I do because I'm a big LeBron fan, and I want LeBron to succeed and everything. I also want him to get more rings than Curry.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't want that anymore. I want Curry to
You
have
want
more
them to
than
stay the
LeBron.
same? Oh, you want Curry to have more?
Yeah, I want Curry to have more.
Oh
I
no.
want
I think that'd be
LeBron
crazy.
to get. I want LeBron to get enough where people start considering him the GOAT, like where it's not even a conversation anymore. Because the thing is
I
with
don't know if he
LeBron,
can anymore.
Do you think
mm,
it would
I
take
don't
one more, or do you think he needs the tie Jordan?
I think he has to tie.
personally.
Actually, hold on. So I think he needs one ring and the points record.
Which he will get.
Right. So
This upcoming
I guess
season.
yeah, just one more. I'd start considering.
Assuming he stays healthy.
Personally, I don't think he has to do anything. I think even if he gets a point record, cool, that just helps him out. I think he's proven he's the best player of all time. And I only say that because you took him off of
Mm.
Cleveland. They lost nobody else. They only lost LeBron. And that team went from going to the finals to being the worst team in the league. You took Jordan off of the Bulls. They lost
And they
one less game.
I think it was it one or two?
it don't matter.
Right,
At that
yeah,
point,
you're right.
like I don't
I
think
don't.
Jordan was good, but I think Jordan was the first that we
here
saw
we are.
do something
I
like
didn't
that.
think it was gonna be episode 2 to when we talk about the GOAT conversation.
So
I thought we were
that's
gonna
all.
save that for later.
So I don't
Um,
think LeBron has to do anything. Though. I think
mm,
LeBron's got it.
uh, I mean, we'll see. We'll
I,
see.
I think there's so many different aspects you have to look at for the GOAT
Yeah,
conversation,
I
and
know you
like
can't.
even at that point, like how are you gonna? A lot of people will say, okay, here's an so like top 100 things. I hate the list in general because how are you going to judge a center off of a point guard? It's a lot harder to do. I
What
think
they have
they're stupid.
accomplished.
So hold on, that's just my. Uh, I don't even know what I'm saying. It's my analogy. So then you look at like eras. Jordan played in a very different era than LeBron does. I That's
But
one
you
of the
got to look
biggest
at,
aspects.
and that's why I think LeBron's a GOAT, because you got to think LeBron's gone through 3 different eras of basketball, and he's adapted to all of them, and he's carried a team to a championship in all of them. That's why I personally think LeBron's the GOAT,
That's
because
fair.
he's gone from a league that was all about being able to dribble and drive into the hole, and that's what LeBron adapted his game to. And now it's in more of a 3-point league. You can't tell me LeBron's a little look down at the ball and
Oh, that's
shoot.
one
His
of
He's
the
one of the
weak
best
ass
shooters in the
move.
league.
that's one of the best moves
Like
in the
and
league.
shoot too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you look at LeBron's career and he's adapted to the game. It's he's never stayed the same. Each year LeBron brings something new, and it's something that's new to the game that he needs to adapt to. I can't say Jordan could do that. Personally, I don't think if you put Jordan up against a person like LeBron, I don't think Jordan's not driving on LeBron. He's just not like LeBron's standing there while Jordan runs into him. He's built bigger. You know what I'm saying? So I look at that like if you're a true player, like all throughout, like can you adapt? And I don't think Jordan can adapt. I think LeBron can. That's why
Well, I
I've always had
mean,
Kobe above Jordan, because I think Kobe can adapt better than Jordan can. I don't think Jordan was really an adapter. I think he just had a great team around him. And
well,
granted, Jordan's amazing. Don't get me wrong, but that's
I
my
don't know.
personal view.
I think I think there's a lot of different aspects still.
I don't know.
I say we save the goat conversation for another time.
I think it will get a lot of backlash, especially since Jaden or James said that LeBron was better.
See,
Um,
I keep going back and forth because
oh
I
yeah,
keep
same.
hearing more. Like I find out more information about both sides, and so
The thing is,
I'm
I've always
gonna
said Kobe.
figure
The
more
thing
things
I
out.
will always say is that LeBron, I think, is the greatest athlete to ever play
I can
player
agree with
basketball.
that. Yes, that I
He's
100% agree with.
yeah. No matter what, I can agree with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But
I
as
don't
for
know.
the
LeBron
greatest
does
player of all
everything.
time,
He does everything. Jordan wasn't doing everything like that. That's
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like LeBron's up in
I
the
think he's a
top
better
five in
basketball
every
player.
category.
But I think Jordan had the better career.
Yeah, and see that's the whole thing. Like I feel like the career he was placed in better situations in my opinion, and I think he also played against a lot easier people than
Well,
LeBron did.
Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan than LeBron did. But I
I don't
also
know
think like
because the Bulls were kind of shit before before Jordan came in.
yeah,
not
but
only
you
that,
also got to think how it was when he left and then came back. Like with Scottie Pippen and everything, they were solid without Jordan. They didn't
so
win but they were still solid without him.
you said that Jordan was put in a better opportunity.
Hmm.
Granted, LeBron was with the Cavs. He could have left whenever, and he never had to go back. He could have made his own better opportunities, like he
But you
did in South
but
Beach.
you got to think. You know how many people said that LeBron's championships would not mean nothing if he never did it in Cleveland. That's why he
So
went back to Cleveland. So many people said his career wouldn't mean nothing if he didn't win one for Cleveland.
that's like saying you're gonna go to the Lions, and if you go win with another team, it doesn't count
It's the
because you
same
didn't do it
thing,
with the
and I
Lions.
still say the same thing
No,
about KD. Even though I love KD, his career means nothing if he don't win a ring outside of Golden State.
I think it's different.
If he don't figure it out, and I think it's the same thing. He went to a
Um,
super team the same way. Granted, I think KD's was a lot worse, but a lot of people said that about LeBron. So I don't
like
know. LeBron
uh,
leads in every category. or he's one of the
I
top
just think
five in
like
every.
even outside of going to Miami, he could have been wherever he wanted. It's LeBron James. Like everybody wanted LeBron.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
like I'm just saying.
Well,
you also
He
got to
could have
think
went
about it.
anywhere
Like,
for a better opportunity.
we always talk about LeBron's finals record, right? But we never look at that man went how many years in a row? We don't look at how many first round exits and second round exits Jordan had. There was a lot of finals Jordan didn't go to. So yeah, LeBron's is bad, but he's been to more. Jordan is 6-0, but he's only been to six. LeBron has lost more finals than Jordan has been to.
That's pretty bad.
But that don't even include his wins. That just shows what kind of player he is. Like that man has been to more
Right.
finals.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
no,
you know what I'm saying? And we don't look at how many playoffs that Jordan got knocked out in and didn't make it to that point. LeBron wasn't known for getting knocked out in the playoffs. It was surprising for him not to be in the finals. Like it was like, all right, what team's LeBron going? Okay, so they're in the finals, and who is that team going to play against in the finals? Like that was the talk every year. Ain't nobody was going to beat LeBron, you know. And I don't feel like they was ever like that with Jordan. It was like, oh, we're playing the Bulls. It wasn't we're playing Jordan. Like, and I feel like when you play Cleveland, no, we're playing LeBron this week. You know, that's the first time I feel. I feel like LeBron was way more scary, and I don't know.
I say we
And I've
go into
never.
more depth on another episode.
yeah, we'll talk about it later. All right. Well, Jaden, you were talking about top 100
Yeah.
list not too
Yes, I
long ago,
was.
trying to compare, like, whatever,
It's
all that
stupid.
bullshit. Yeah.
It's
And, like,
stupid.
I agree to an extent, or at least depending on the sport. Like, with football, it's like, because
Yeah,
it's kind
no,
of
it's
hard to
more
judge
with
it, but
football. With more, it's
yeah,
more with football than basketball.
yeah. But anyway, so, I mean, the NFL just concluded its top 100
Boo.
list as of late.
Terrible,
Um, yeah, did you guys see who number one player
He
was?
didn't deserve it.
terrible. He didn't deserve it. And for
Tom
the
Brady.
first time, I told Jaden already. You'll be shocked. Aaron Rodgers deserved it.
Yeah.
Second year in a row with the MVP. It should have been him, and if it wasn't him, should have been Cooper Cup. And there's no reason
Yep.
Aaron Donald should have been above Cooper Cup because Cooper
Agreed.
Cup carried the team, not Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald
Agreed.
carried the playoffs. Cooper Cup got him to the playoffs.
Agreed.
All Dude got
All right.
crippled round. Aaron Donald didn't even win Defensive Player of the Year. Make that make sense?
All right. Well, I was kind of talking to Jaden like about like a week ago. So before they revealed that Tom Brady was number one, they did show like who was in the top 20. But then I looked a little bit, got into my little research, and to see who they had in the top 10 quarterbacks, and they had Dak Prescott as number 9. James.
I expect.
So yeah, so now we got to put into a debate: is Dak Prescott a top 10 quarterback in this league?
He definitely is.
Name
And
him off, Ty.
I've had this.
So I gotta pull up the
Yeah.
list real quick.
I want to see who we got better than Dak.
So according to the NFL, at least the top four, I don't, well, in no particular order, I guess. This was just in the top 100, but it was Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, and then Dak Prescott. And then right behind Dak Prescott is Kyler Murray.
See, so personally, I think he could have been higher too. Because saying Joe Burrow is better than him, I don't know. But in the list, it makes sense because Joe Burrow did have a better year this year. But I
Yeah.
can't say Joe Burrow's a better quarterback than Dak Prescott because we've only seen 1 year out of Joe Burrow. So, like, we don't really know what's going to happen. But I do think Joe Burrow will have a better career than Dak because I think Joe Burrow is going to be really, really nice. But I definitely think, I don't think it's ever been a talk. I think Dak Prescott should have always been in the top 10 list. Me personally, because I don't, like, you're not putting someone like Justin Herbert above Dak Prescott. You're not putting someone like Russell Wilson right
I
now
don't know.
above Dak Prescott. You're just not.
I might have to.
But you're not. If you're being realistic,
I
though, you're not.
might have to.
You're not. That's what I'm saying. If you're
If
being
I'm
realistic,
going career wise as of right now, obviously I would put Dak. But skill wise,
Over who?
that's skill wise. How are you saying that
Justin
Dak is
Herbert.
not?
Oh,
How are you saying
Herbert.
Dak is not skilled?
Skill. I'm not saying that he's not skilled, but Justin Herbert is kind of nice. We can't deny
I don't
that.
know,
Come on.
because we was talking about basketball earlier, and y'all was saying that Nets team didn't prove nothing. Justin
I
Herbert ain't
didn't
proved
say that.
nothing.
That was
All I'm
Jaden.
saying,
Don't put that in my mouth, sir.
James is
Herbert.
good and will be known for putting words in other people's mouths.
Hey, I put a lot of things in people.
Hey, pause. Hold on.
Nah, but I think he hasn't proven nothing
No,
at
I
all.
agree. See,
Like
James, I
we talked
agree.
about,
You see, I can agree with
he
that.
only has yards. He don't, as I said last time, he don't make the playoffs, and I can't see how you're putting a player like that above someone who's made the playoffs.
Well, I'll tell you how they did it. So they took his name and put it
Well,
right
they
above
didn't.
Dak.
Only Tyler's doing that. They didn't do it. They knew better. They knew, hey, this dude's trash. He ain't even made the playoffs.
Didn't they put Justin Herbert over Dak?
They did. They put him at the 8th spot.
Yeah, so they literally put his name, that's what
That's
I'm saying, and
crazy.
put it right above Dak. So
That's
that's how you
crazy.
do that.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't even know if I'd put him above it because, as I said, he hasn't proven nothing.
I don't. I mean,
I mean, he's right. I'll agree with that.
I mean, I agree. I
I'll
obviously I
second.
agree with that.
Because you're gonna bring
Um,
up how many yards he's thrown, how many interceptions he's thrown, but that don't mean nothing because he hasn't won the amount of games to get to the playoffs.
so real quick, now that I actually looked some shit up real quick,
Uh-oh.
we
Uh-oh.
might not have to put Dak Prescott in the top 10.
Uh-oh.
Because look, because they forgot to include two people,
Who?
right? They forgot to include Deshaun Watson,
Hasn't played in 2 years.
who we'll see. But last time we saw him, he was pretty nice.
Yeah,
So we'll see when he comes back. But
Who's the second?
they
Who's the second?
didn't put Russell Wilson in there too.
I just told you he's not. He's above Russell Wilson. He is. Russell Wilson's
Career-wise?
old now.
Not
Not
career
career
wise,
wise, because
just
obviously
skill
he's
wise
got a
right
ring.
now.
But again, he got carried that to that Super Bowl from a great defense and a good running back. He wasn't throwing like that.
I
Russell Wilson
mean,
was
I'm
throwing.
not saying career wise.
Yeah, but
I'm
I no.
saying just kind of skill. You've been kind of nice. Not obviously not back then, because like you said, he got carried. I agree with that.
Like I
He
said,
did get carried.
everyone's
He had the
gonna
best
say,
running back in the league, Marshawn Lynch. They should have ran the ball at the 1 yard line. I don't know why the fuck he threw it. But
and
anyway, he should have ran it. Fucking stupid ass.
Anyone should have
Play
ran it.
call.
yeah,
Stupid ass
I
play call.
feel like he's gonna get nothing. Like Dak's gonna get nothing but slander, and then all there. I was surprised they put him in the top 10, but you can't tell me he don't deserve to be in the top 10 because he consistently proves every year he comes out better and better every. And yeah, granted that play call might not have been the best play call, but we can't always put that on
We can't put
Dak.
that on him.
At the end of the day, that should have never been a
That's Mike
play call in
McCarthy's
general.
stupid ass call.
No, I know. I just think it's the funniest
Like
play.
so. I feel like with Dak, he's always going to get the hate, and they're going to think he's not good enough. But I don't know. I'm
So
happy with
Jane,
him.
I mean, obviously he's number 9 in quarterback, but where if you had to make the top 100, where would you put Dak Prescott?
You said me?
Yeah.
So like off of this season, I think in the high 40s, somewhere in the 40s, I think is a perfect
Okay.
spot. I'm not gonna try and put Dak Prescott in the top 10. I'm not gonna be one of those guys, but
No, yeah, that's
top
fair.
10 quarterback for sure. And yeah, I think he's a top 40 player in the league. I think he's very solid, and I think when he's playing the best ball, I think he could be in top 20 for sure. Because Dak Prescott at his best is one of the scariest quarterbacks in the league. It's just if he can consistently play at his best. Because when he's really slinging that thing and he's running the ball the way he needs to, that dude is lethal. And no one can say he wasn't looking like the best quarterback the first 4 weeks last year. Dude was looking scary. And then the quad thing happened. I don't know what happened with my team, and he just started doing goofy things, and one thing led to another. Cowboy things, but
Right.
nah,
Pretty accurate.
but I think he's about top 40.
Yeah, pretty accurate. They could put him at 44 on
Yeah,
their list.
and I wouldn't have been mad either if they boosted him up to like 46 or something. But I think somewhere in the 40s is perfectly fine. But yeah, I think 44 is a good play.
I think he should have been 101 in my opinion. No, I'm just kidding.
Barely missed the list.
By one.
Uh,
He should have been
don't.
right behind the kicker.
Uh, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, fuck the Cowboys, am I right?
Right.
No, James. I think you have made me like. You've made me want to believe in the Cowboys so bad.
The thing is because I'm not
You
one of
had
those
me last
people
year.
like,
You had me
and
last year.
y'all know me. I'm not one of those people. You don't throw the people's face. Like, because I've never seen one at the end of the day. At the end, if I need to, I'm gonna throw the 5 rings. Because if you ain't got nothing, you shouldn't be talking. Like Eagle fans, they shouldn't have been talking to me a couple years ago. Like y'all ain't even seen it. Like shut up. But it's like I don't like to throw the 5 rings in people's face because there's
Yeah.
more to it. And I mean, we always have one of the best teams, but we just for some reason can't get over that hump. Like we'll have an amazing offense, we'll have a pretty solid defense. Can't get over the hump. We'll have a pretty solid offense, amazing defense. Can't get over the hump. So
Does it make you mad when you watch football games and you see Tony Romo like breaking down the defense and all that so well, and then you're like, how come you couldn't do that in the game?
he did do it in the game. He just couldn't play in the cold. He was a great quarterback. If it wasn't, and if
Jaden.
I promise
Excuse
you,
me.
being a Cowboys fan, you know this. If you look up his record, he has never won a game below 45 degrees. Never in high school, college, NFL,
James, that's not good.
degrees, he would always lose. So in wintertime, we were always fucked. If
You
we were
almost
playing, that's why we
you almost had me.
never won in Lambeau because we always lost. Because it was under 45 degrees. He can't play in the cold.
And yet you'll still never win in Lambeau.
Just wait for this year, buddy. We playing this year.
Mm, I just, I really can't wait for another Packers Cowboys playoff game.
I can't either, bro. We're not gonna see it
Just
for
to
a while
see
though.
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers
Rodgers ain't
tear him down again.
Yep.
gonna be on the team, bro. The next
And
3 years are gonna go by so slow for him because he ain't got no receivers because they can't afford none. He took
Uh,
$50 million.
so, all right. So real quick, since we're on football, and football is coming up
Done it.
this upcoming week, yeah, very exciting.
yeah,
Opening night against what is it, the Bills and the Rams? That's gonna be an awesome game.
love it.
Sunday night football is gonna be even better. You know, you got Cowboys and Bucks. I'll probably go
That
into that
should be
game too.
great. Because, bro, let me
Um,
tell you, the last year's opening game between us, it was great. It was
oh,
an
it was
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we lost, but it was a fantastic
I
game.
It
Like
was
it was
really
a head
good.
to
I
head.
have y'all winning this one.
Oh man, I hope because we deserve to win the
Yeah,
last
I do.
one. We deserved to win the last one. We got screwed over in the last one, but I wasn't even mad about it because it was a great game. Like I didn't have us even being that close to. I remember talking last season. I was like, we'll put up a fight, but I think we're gonna get beat at the end of it. But the fact that we kept it that close, it was pretty shocking. It was a
Yeah,
great game.
no,
So I just hope it's as
I
good
think
as
y'all
this
will.
game.
I think y'all will win this one.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll see what happens. And then I guess well we won't do all the awards. But who would we think winning MVP this year?
Lamar,
Lamar? Oh no, bro. I don't know about that one.
I said it
Joe.
last week.
Like
I'm
I said,
saying
I think he's gonna do a good season, improve something to some haters out there, but I don't think he's gonna win MVP.
Joe
Lamar.
Burrow.
I don't know about Burrow either.
It's not gonna be
Joe
Burrow.
Burrow.
But then
Joe
again,
Burrow.
I don't know. I don't want a quarterback to win it
I
this
don't
year.
think I don't think Burrow will ever get the MVP because I feel like whenever he's in that talk, I think Jamar Chase will be too targeted that he will get it. I personally feel like
That's
because
fair.
I don't think anyone on that Bengals team will take Joe Burrow to that MVP level except Jamar Chase. I don't like. Granted, they have good receivers like T Higgins and everything; they're good, but I don't think they can take him to that. I think Jamar will have to be pretty much what Cooper Cup was this year, and I think he would take the MVP because of it.
Hmm.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want a quarterback to win it. That's all I know.
Mhm. Hey, I
The
wouldn't mind seeing
last
Zeke. Won't happen,
Zeke's
but I
not.
wouldn't mind seeing it. Be
Yeah,
pretty
I
cool.
wouldn't mind fucking Najee Harris winning it either, but
Dope.
Devontae Adams.
I think Devontae Adams could win Offensive Player of the Year, maybe.
I think he could.
I
Hey,
think it'll be
Derek,
him or Jamar Chase.
Derek Carr for MVP. Don't sleep on it.
I will
I think
sleep on that.
I think T.J. Watt will win Defensive Player of the Year again.
Yes.
I don't think.
Yes.
I think there's going to be a lot. I think Michael Parsons come out with it, and that's not
I can see
even.
that.
That's not
No,
even
Michael
I can see
biased.
Parsons
that.
could. I could
But
see
I
that.
think,
I can see
yeah,
that.
He was
I
in the
think
running last year as a rookie, so
Yeah, no, I
yeah,
can see that.
I can
think
see it.
he can make a run because I think he backs up more than TJ Watt. Like he backs up more. And not saying backs up into the game, but I'm saying like he backs up more to where
Like
he's
in the
not always
coverage.
running. Yeah,
Oh,
he covers
Yeah.
more. Like you don't really see TJ Watt out there trying to deny
Yeah.
someone in the end
That's
zone.
because
But like,
that's the Steelers like
well,
play. Like
yeah,
they're all of their offensive or outside linebackers will always like either rush in or like play like the
right.
side.
yeah, yeah. No, I know that. I
So
just know that Michael Parsons is more in it, so he has more opportunity to do more things. He can get the sacks, but he can also get the tackles. He can also go for picks. Like he almost had a pick last year, almost. He
Yeah,
didn't
no,
get it, but
I could see him actually putting up.
yeah.
see putting
So,
it up.
but granted, TJ Watt, I could see him doing it because he's a cheat code.
I'm trying to think. Well, I guess we might as well just go through all the awards. Just, comeback player of the year.
Derrick Henry.
Um, Probably Derrick Henry.
No, I don't even think that's
Um,
a
Who else
conversation.
got hurt?
Don't
a
matter if
lot of
Derrick
people.
Henry, Saquon, but he ain't gonna do what Derrick Henry's gonna do. I just don't think no matter who got hurt, no one's gonna come back and do what Derrick Henry. Dude's just a monster. So
Yeah, I guess. I just don't know. I don't.
Jameis Winston maybe.
No.
okay. Jarvis Landry
Hey, you
better
gotta
have a
go.
hell of a year. Let me tell you that. Him and Michael Thomas better be going off. He can make a
What?
comeback. Said Jarvis Landry and Michael Thomas are gonna
Christian
go off.
McCaffrey. Well,
No.
Hell
No.
no. He's out the league after this year.
Yep. I could see it.
Dude gonna get hurt week 3.
No, actually, I
Uh,
wouldn't be surprised if he just left the team. I could see him
Oh,
still
he's gonna
play.
stub his toe and be out for the season.
Yeah, you right.
Dude is injury prone as hell. Dude
Yeah.
sneezes and gets a
He's
concussion.
he's the Anthony Davis of the NFL.
No, he's RG 3.2.0.
All right. Who will win offensive rookie of the year?
Me.
Yep.
I
That's a tough one.
George Pickens.
yep.
I could see it
I
being him, but I could also see it being the kid, depending on how Jared Goff plays the kid in line. Jamison,
Oh yeah, he's nice.
yeah, whatever his last name is. Williams.
Um,
He won the
I
Heisman
think so.
last year, something like that. Or
Yeah.
he was like the
Well,
best wide receiver or some
yeah.
shit.
Well, so I guess speaking of the Lions, I have their second round pick or their second overall pick. I forget his name, but
Oh,
I
Aiden
have him.
Hutchins,
Yeah, I think he's gonna win defensive rookie of the year.
he could. He's born
He's
and
nice.
bred Michigan, bro.
Yeah, he's
Everything. Like
nice.
he was born and raised Michigan, went to high school there, went to college there, then got drafted there. Like
Pretty wild,
that's it.
actually.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that's his city. He's
it
ready to
was
put
kind of
on
like
for it.
it was kind of like James Conner. Like James Conner was like that before he went to Arizona.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So
maybe George Pickens or Kenny
Kenny.
Pickens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kenny.
Kenny Pickett. Who could
Yinzer for
also maybe
life.
win offensive rookie of the year,
He
depending
could.
on when we play him.
Right, I agree.
And then coach of the year.
I don't know.
Um,
That's a tough
I
one.
depending on how well, maybe it's because I'm biased, but maybe how well the Steelers do. Maybe it could be Mike Tomlin.
And I
Low
feel like
key,
the same thing
like
because of how we went out last year. Depending on how the Cowboys do it, they might give it to Mike McCarthy because of how we went out. But I think it would be someone like if they do good, the Titans coach again or the Dolphins coach. I
the
could definitely
Dolphins.
see them giving it to him, depending on how they turn. Because if they come
Depending on
around and
how
have a
well the
great
Dolphins do,
season,
yeah.
Don't
yeah, if
sleep
they
on the
come out and they have
Chargers.
like 11 games, nah. If they have 11 games, I think
I
they'll give it
think
to
I think
him.
the Chargers coach.
Well, if James is one of James's predictions was correct, and the Lions go 9-8, maybe
The
I'll give it
Lions.
to him.
No, I'll give it to him too. Great coach. Great coach.
Oh, and then I think that's all the awards.
Woo.
Yeah. Oh, and did you also see that Jimmy G is actually on the 49ers?
Yeah, they
He
finally just
signed an
put him on.
extension.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for a whole year with a no
Yeah.
trade clause. So
it
they're not even
wasn't
going to trade him this year.
it wasn't an extension. He was signed this year, but he's had 2 more years on his contract, so they just fixed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
gave
so
him
like
a pay decrease.
Yeah, so he was supposed to play this year, or he was supposed to be on the team this year and next year, but they made it to where he's only this year. They'll pay him a little bit more so they don't have to finish out his contract. And then it's a no trade clause, so he'll be there for just in case something happens to Trey.
Alright.
So
He's not still not playing then?
no, he's going to be the
Not
highest
unless
paid
he
guy.
gets hurt.
Yeah, so if Trey Lance goes down and gets hurt, or maybe if he plays really, really fucking bad
And
and they don't want him
in
there,
that
but I
case,
feel like even if he plays bad, I feel like they're just going to continue to go with him because they want to grow with him.
right.
You know, I think they're okay with doing bad this year if it happens.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I
Very
don't think it will
unfortunate.
though, because I don't know. Trey Lance is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Well, that was all the topics I had. Any of y'all want to talk anything? We're at an hour and 5 minutes.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good,
I don't have anything else.
yeah.
In
Pretty
fact, that's
good.
a perfect timing.
Literally half of what it was last time.
Yeah,
Uh,
long as hell.
long, so yeah, imagine editing it.
Well, this one
That's all
felt
you
super
see.
long too, though.
It was, but I feel like this one won't be too bad
Right.
to edit. Well, yeah, I guess we'll call it there. Thank you guys so much for watching part 2 of this back-to-back episode, because both of these episodes will actually be released at the same day. So that way we can prepare for the NFL Week 1 season.
So go like, comment, subscribe,
Go
turn on post notifications.
hit
And
that bell.
dislike
Yeah,
Jaden.
Ding ding.
exactly.
Thumbs down on Jaden.
Thumbs down on Jaden, but thumbs up on me and James.
Always remember that.
But then, yeah, don't forget to also check out our Instagram, TikTok, and then feel free to join our Discord, which I will hopefully have up by the time that both these episodes come out.
James, that hurt my feelings.
So that way we can also discuss all together about everything, football, basketball, and just everything else in general that we actually give a fuck about. Peace out.
Bye.
Have yourselves a beautiful fucking day.